Hey, good evening to you, and welcome here to the Great Western Hyper as we get ready for Frontier Conference action here on your hometown station, KBOW Butte, also KDBM in Dillon. Paul Panisco, John Thatcher here on a Thursday as the Frontier Conference officially gets started right now as the Orediggers of Montana Tech taking on the Bulldogs of UM Western. Women on the floor warming up. Men's game scheduled for 7 o'clock. Doubleheader action here from the Hyper this evening, and I can't even fathom anything that would make John Thatcher happier than this here tonight.
Absolutely nothing. Other than seeing my grandkids, This is where I want to be.
Okay.
So I am ready for this.
This has been one of those, as the week has gone, trying to contain excitement and get ready for this thing. This is always a night we look forward to. Doesn't matter if we're here, doesn't matter if we're in Dillon. Anytime we get to see Montana Tech and Western is certainly something to look forward to, and this night could not get here fast enough.
No, I absolutely agree with you, and I call it the thoroughbred game because I think there's two thoroughbred players out here in Brinley Fitzgerald and Tavia Rooney. Yeah, excuse me. And they're the kind of players I love. They're tough, they're physical, and they're aggressive, and they're the keys to both of these teams.
Yeah, these two teams getting ready to roll. We had our first, I believe our first top 25 poll released earlier in the week, and the Bulldogs of UM Western found their way into that ranking for the first time this year. They were out of the preseason poll, but now that we get started, they're at number 24 in the country. They come in 5-1 on the year. Montana Tech 6-4. And let's talk about both sides of this. Let's start with the Bulldogs of UM Western who come in here. We were talking about it before. This team coached by Woolley, led by Fitzgerald, but boy, they get a lot of help. Fitzgerald averaging over 16 points a game, 7 rebounds. There just aren't enough adjectives. The way she plays the game, she is so strong, she is so physical, but she has great touch, tremendous mentality on the floor. She averages, like I say, over 16 points a game, but yet she is completely unselfish. If somebody has a better shot, she's going to give them the basketball.
Oh, absolutely. And if she doesn't, she should sit on the bench and eat popcorn because it's real important you're a teammate. But she makes her teammates better, and that's a key to a good player. You make your teammates better. But she isn't somebody you just have to defend at half court. You've got to defend her. She can run the floor, and she can rebound. So this is a player. She's one of those players that's going to get hers. She's going to get her points. And what you do as a coach, you just try to make her work for everything she gets or make her work harder than she wants to work. And that's not an easy chore.
No, not at all. And the rest of the roster for Western that you have to watch out for, as I mentioned, Fitzgerald over 16 a game. Shani Mack averaging 9. Lily Gopher at 8. I love the way that Lily plays the game. Mesa King down in the block. It just continually gets better and better for the Bulldogs of UM Western as well. Now, on the other side for Montana Tech, Tech has played some very good opponents. They've won some big games this year.
Absolutely.
And they have done outstanding, especially in the block. As you look at, Brooke Hagee right now leading them in scoring over 13 a game, 5 rebounds a game. Nia Falatoy has played very well as the season has gone on. Tavia Rooney down on the interior as well. It feels like the games early in this season for Montana Tech have gone how Brooke Hagee has gone really to this point.
Well, as a coach, you got to decide what you want to do offensively, and they have committed to getting the ball into the block, and it's been successful for them. Falatoy has done a nice job as her backup. And Tavia Rooney, when she goes down there, she's tough to defend because she's going to get usually a smaller and not as strong a player down there. So they really have taken control of that. To have an excellent year, they've got to shoot the ball better from the three-point line.
Yeah, and as of right now, Montana Tech as a team shooting 38% from the three-point line. Actually, both teams right at 38%, but Tech certainly has a couple of those deep shooters. You look at Molly Peoples. Molly, of course, has left her mark on this program through her years. She will start. She averages 9 a game, and she is one of those players that if she gets out early and gets hot early, watch out because Molly will light you up for the remainder of the 40 minutes.
No question about it. If you let her get off, you're in big trouble. And she is a player that I guarantee every coach focuses on because they know what she comes in to do. And so they have got to prevent that, or at least make it a little tougher for her to get the easy looks.
Well, again, thanks for joining us as we get ready for the start of this one. Montana Tech taking on the Bulldogs of UM Western. KBOW Butte, KDBM in Dillon. Paul Panisco, John Thatcher on a Thursday as the Frontier Conference finally is getting started here tonight. We'll take a break. We'll pay some bills. We're back here to the Hyper after this 2-minute timeout. Hey, welcome back here once again to the Great Western Hyper as we make our way through a Thursday. Montana Tech taking on the Bulldogs of Western Frontier Conference action. Obviously, these two teams have played a lot through the years, and lately it has been controlled by Western. Western's women have won the last three. Of course, these two teams played 4 times a year ago, as did every conference opponent in the Frontier Conference last year. And they played 4 times. Montana Tech won the first one in Dillon, 69-57. And then from there, Western turned and rolled. They won on December 13th, on January 30th, and then the 31st. Western winning 3 of the 4 a year ago in almost an impossible situation. Obviously, COVID created such a hard scenario for everybody, but the idea of playing everybody 4 times was just incredible. And again, Western getting 3 of the 4 games a year ago. Then from there, they actually swept Montana Tech in 19 and in 18. Before last year, you have to go back to 2017. February 14th of 2017 was the last time Montana Tech had beaten Western through this. And actually, in the last 5 years, Western is up 13-3. In all the games they have played in the last 5 years.
Yeah, well, I'm going to defend Montana Tech a little bit. Western's my alma mater, and I love Western, but, they had some pretty good players in 18
Yes.
and 17 and 19. They won the national championship. They had the franchise, and not many teams beat Western back then.
No.
They were good.
Not at all. That is certainly the case, and that's year in, year out here in the Frontier Conference. That's the minefield you have to navigate, because if it's not Western, it's Carroll. If it's not Carroll, it's Northern. If it's not Northern, it's Rocky. There are always those teams that are out there right now, and it feels like it's Carroll's turn on top of the pile on the women's side as of right now. But every year it feels like there is somebody else that is extremely tough, that is going to be not only a power in the conference but also at the national level that you have to deal with week in, week out.
Yeah, well, when good players have to leave, you got to recruit to that type of player, and it doesn't necessarily fall in place all the time, and that's why you see a team take a step backwards. But Carroll has really done an outstanding job of recruiting here the last several years, and they got a great post player out of the Grizzlies, and she's made a big difference in their program.
Yeah, by all means. So as of right now, the Frontier Conference with 2 teams nationally ranked. Carroll in the top 5 nationally, and this Western team currently sitting at number 24 in the latest national poll. So Montana Tech opening up with the Bulldogs. We will get our national anthem. We'll get to pay our respects to our flag. And we'll come back, we'll take a look at the starters and get this thing ready to roll, ladies and gentlemen, here from the Great Western Hyper Frontier Conference Basketball on KBOW Butte, KDBM in Dillon. And we are back here after this 2-minute timeout. welcome back here once again to the Hyper as Montana Tech taking on the Bulldogs of UM Western. Let's take a look at the starters here. We'll start it off for the Bulldogs out of UM Western, wearing the road black with white and red trim. First out of the gate is Brinley Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald, the 5'11 junior, wears number 3 again. She averages 16 points, 7 rebounds a game for the Bulldogs of UM Western. Shani Mack getting the start as well. Shani, a 5'8 sophomore. She wears number 12, averaging 9 a game. Lily Gopher is next. Lily, a 5'10 sophomore, wears number 20. You have Sydney Sheridan is starting as well. Sheridan, a 5'7 sophomore, wears number 23. And Mesa King is your final starter here tonight, as Mesa, a 6'1 redshirt junior, wears number 42. And she is your last starter for the Bulldogs. And again, you might remember from a year ago, obviously everybody getting a COVID year if they want, but you even look at the Western roster from a year ago. They were young last year, and they are still a very young team this year for Coach Woolley.
Yeah, he does a great job of recruiting, and he just continues to bring the system along.
Let's take a look at the other side here for Montana Tech, the starting 5. You're looking at Molly Peoples. Peoples will start at the 2. She's a 5'8 senior, wears number 10, averaging 9 points a game. Running the point is going to be Madison Allen. Allen, a 5'4 junior. She wears number 11 for Montana Tech. Also out is going to be Danny Urich. Urich kind of running that 3 spot. She's averaging 9 a game. 5'10 junior. Danny Urich wears number 22. Tavia Rooney is next out, the sophomore, averaging a double-double, 11 points, 10 rebounds a game. She's a 5'11 sophomore, just a rebounding machine, wears number 24. And Brooke Hagee is in the post. Brooke, a 6'1 senior, she wears number 42. Brooke averaging 13 a game, 5 rebounds a game for Montana Tech to this point.
Yeah, it's going to be real important that Tech manages the post area. We'll see how Western's going to defend that.
So as the teams getting introduced here on the floor, again, thanks for joining us here. Game 1 of our doubleheader on KBOW and KDBM. As the Digs being introduced as we get this one ready to roll. Montana Tech taking on the Bulldogs of UM Western. Well, just like we have over the last several years, there will be 2 games in December. Then, there's a lot of tournaments that are going on. A lot of the Frontier schools are going to Arizona right before Christmas. And then Frontier Conference play will start again that first week of January. So we'll see a little bit Frontier Conference action here over the next couple days, today and Saturday. Then to non-conference again before we get back into conference play.
So you think you can get me on as a trainer or a manager to go to Arizona for a couple weeks over Christmas?
Oh, and I'll tell you, the other side of that is the level of play down there. The teams that have assembled in Arizona are really off the charts. So the ball will go in the air. King will jump it off with Tavia Rooney, tipped into the backcourt, and with it controlling is Madison Allen for the Digs. Montana Tech wearing their white with copper and green trim. Right to left on your radio. Tavia Rooney up top, goes left to Allen. Allen outside the arc, looking on the interior. Goes into Hagee. Hagee pass, tipped, taken away. With the steal in the zone, going the other way with it is Shani Mack. Mack gets the steal and the points.
That is the MO of Western. They'll pressure you and get into the passing lanes. Nice defensive job.
Yeah, they just do not let up defensively. So the Bulldogs with the early lead. Montana Tech through the press. Now a turnover. Gopher will throw it into the offensive side, left side to Sheridan. Sheridan will back out. Western will set up their offense. Back-to-back turnovers as the Bulldogs down to King. King wearing a heavy brace on her left hand. Looks like kind of keeping a couple fingers under control. Lily Gopher drives right side of the paint, puts it up off the glass and gets it. So Gopher gets her first field goal. Western leading 4-0. Full court pressure applied. Montana Tech inbound all the way down to midcourt to Hagee. She'll back it out. And here come the Digs into the offensive zone. Danny Urich. Urich across midcourt, looking left, passes that way to Allen. Allen just outside the arc, dribbles up toward the top of the horn, feeds it inside. Hagee in the high post, now out on the edge. 3-point shot is up. Urich knocks it down. Danny Urich squares up and drains the 3. Montana Tech on the board.
I like it when she gets started early. She needs to score for this team.
Bulldogs leading 4-3. Western with the basketball. King gets it right up top, passes to her left to Gopher. Gopher around a screen. Back to King. Take it away, Tavia Rooney. Rooney has the easy coast-to-coast layup. She rolls it in, and Tech will grab the lead off the turnover. So T gets the interception, if you will, back the other way for 2. Montana Tech up 5-4. Gopher wide left, drives into the high post down the right side of the paint, puts on the brakes, puts it up with the right hand. Shot goes out, no good. Rebound inside, Brooke Hagee. Good defensive pressure by the Digs. Into the offensive side, Allen barking out the play, moves to her left to Peoples. Peoples into the high post, and turning, firing, shot won't go there for Hagee.
Had the high-low, she could have dumped it over the top, too. She had great positioning.
Western in that 2-3 zone. They're able to get it into the high post. Western now driving into the key. Pull-up jumper from 8 is up and out, no good. Rooney with a rebound. Shot that time by Sheridan. Here come the Digs in transition. Take it away, Gopher. Gopher with the steal. Gopher drifts out to the right side. Western with the basketball. Montana Tech with a 1-point lead. 5-4. Gopher down the left side of the paint. Double team out on the edge. Mack with a head fake. Mack baseline. Wraparound pass to King from 10. Off the glass and in. Mesa King knocks it down. And Western leading 6-5. Diggs looking to get it into the offensive zone. Trap coming. Pass tip taken away. Fitzgerald gets the steal. Constant pressure by Western defensively. They get another turnover down the floor. Gopher turns, cross court out on the wide right side to Sheridan. Sheridan around a screen, drives into the lane, pulls up from 6 and gets it.
Yeah, they need a timeout. They're getting too much penetration. They're getting to the paint every single time, and they've got to slow down against the press.
Trying to get it into the offensive side is Allen. Allen moves it out right side to Peoples. Peoples, top of the key, pass left to Allen. Ball fake. Allen wants the baseline. Drifts down into the corner. Allen up top. They move it around to Peoples. Peoples, three-point shot blocked. King, and she saves it from going out of bounds. Gopher outlet pass down the floor. Sheridan. Now she'll back up. Gets it to Fitzgerald. Wide open three. Fitzgerald's look no good. And here come the Digs back the other way. Western leading 8-5. About 4 minutes gone here in this ball game.
Both teams wanting to get it up and down the court.
No joke. Down to the bottom right corner, controlling Urich. Urich dribbles up to the wing, passes up top to Allen. Now they go inside to Hagee. Hagee turns, fires with the left hand, and gets it. Brooke Hagee gets her first field goal. Montana Tech within 1.
Well, they can enter the high or low post all night long.
Sheridan with the pass. She'll hand it off there to Mack. Mack spins in the high post. Bounce pass to the baseline King. Now back out to Sheridan. Sydney Sheridan, a 5'7" sophomore, drives, attacks. Shot blocked out of bounds. Peoples was there. Tavia Rooney was there. It's knocked out of play. Western will keep possession as both teams will substitute.
Yeah, had she used a little jump stop, she had a little bunny from about 4 feet, but she continued the bucket. And when Tavia Rooney's around, she's an expert at blocking.
5:35 left to play here in this first quarter. Western looking to inbound. Pass comes in traffic. Shot no good, but a whistle and a foul. As Jenny Weber got the pass, Weber turned down the left side of the paint. And she will go to the line. So Molly Peoples picks up her first personal foul.
I don't care what kind of athlete Coach Woolley has out here. He runs his stuff to perfection.
Yeah. So Weber at the stripe here. So Weber looks like a 50% free throw shooter on the year, misses her first. So Jenny Weber 0 of 1 from the foul line. That's our first free throw here tonight. Bulldogs leading 8-7. And Weber puts the second up and in. So she stays at 50% on the year. Western leading by 2, 9-7. As back the other way, Montana Tech gets through the pressure. Into the offensive zone, Peoples right side, Allie Cleverly on the floor. Former Bulldog, former Carroll Saint. Drifts left, puts on the brakes, moves it up top to Rooney. Tavia Rooney, head fake, drives into the lane. Scoop shot falling away, no good. Defensive rebound, Fitzgerald goes up and wrestles it down.
Yeah, Western was actually in a 2-3 zone on that possession.
Pass comes out on the far right wing, controlling Momberg. Momberg into the paint, puts it up off balance. Momberg gets to go.
Yeah, they've got to get some backside help. They're really getting to the hoop right now.
Joelle Momberg gets her first field goal. Western by 4. Western showed pressure. They back out of it and digs into the offensive zone. Molly Peoples, far right wing. Tech shooting 50% from the floor. And the ball knocked out of play down to the bottom left corner as Danny Urich had it knocked away by King. And it looks like we have a timeout on the floor. 4:47 left to play here in this first quarter. Bulldogs of UM Western leading Montana Tech 11-7. With a timeout on the floor, we'll take one. We're back here to the Hyper after this 1-minute timeout. 4:47 left to play here in the opening quarter. After the timeout, Montana Tech lobs it up to Rooney. Rooney down on the block as Nia Falatoy on the floor. Got her first touch. Back up to Tavia Rooney. Bass into the corner, going to go behind the intended target. Danny Urich started to break across the baseline. The pass went into the corner. Turnover will go to Western.
Yeah, that's about 4 or 5 turnovers already for Tech. They have got to take better care of the basketball.
That's it. That is turnover number 5. Bulldogs leading by 4. King at the top of the arc. Bounce pass down to the block. Fighting underneath. Shot is up and out. No good. Shani Mack. Rebound Rooney. Here come the digs. Cleverly down across the timeline. Cleverly down to the right side of the paint. Kicks it out on the edge into the hands of Michaela Cloker. Cloker, the Helena native, down on the left side now as she goes into the hands of Danny Urich. Urich up top. Cleverly back to Urich. 3-point shot is up. Urich gets another one. Danny Urich gets her second 3 of the contest. She is the leading scorer on the floor. Bulldogs lead 11-10.
Every time I see her, I tell her, shoot the ball. You're good. Shoot the ball.
King gets the entry at the left elbow. Turns, bodies up, puts on the brakes. Pass taken away, Rooney. Rooney gets her second steal of the contest. Rooney down the floor, puts on the brakes, in trouble. Rooney backs it out. Montana Tech will have the ball in their offensive zone. Cleverly to Cloker. Cloker for 3. Cloker's shot goes long. Defensive rebound, Fitzgerald. So Fitzgerald with the rebound. Western will push the pace the other way. Far right wing, Jenny Weber. Weber just inside the arc. Pass down to the bottom right corner. Ball fake by Mack. Mack to King. Back to Mack. 3-point shot is up and in. That is Weber. So Jenny Weber gets her first field goal. It's from outside the arc. Weber has 4 points. That's Western's first three-pointer, and they actually come into this ball game number 8 in the country, shooting 39% from the three-point line. 3 minutes remaining here in this first quarter. Bulldogs leading 14-10. Cleverly gets the answer. Right, she has such a great-looking shot. It's one of those kind of picture-perfect, gets good elevation, follow through, Cleverly knocks down the 3.
Yeah, well, you got to have a hand in her face. Nobody guarded her, and maybe that's part of the game plan.
3-point shot the other way, no good. Cleverly with the rebound. Montana Tech in transition down the floor to Cloker. Cloker on the right wing. 3 ball is up and long. High rebound, tipped out. Tavia Rooney came flying through and knocked that one away from Momberg. And that will be Western basketball. So substitutions here. Montana Tech on the floor right now. You're looking at Cleverly. Also Peoples out there on the floor with, looks like Brooke Hagee here on the near side. Soda Rice on the far side is Cloker. On the other side for Western, in the backcourt, you have Shani Mack, also Brindley Fitzgerald. Momberg down to the block. Down to the bottom right corner is Winslow. And on the far left side is Weber. Couldn't see her over there. Little head fake. Gopher making her way into the paint. Spins to her right, comes back to her left, puts it up, and rolls it in. Nice move, Lily Gopher. That's her second field goal of the contest. Western leading 16-13.
Got to have that good jump hook anytime you get down in there. Nice shot by Gopher.
Western shooting 50% from the floor as of right now. Montana Tech with the ball trailing by 3. Cleverly comes up top to Cloker. Cloker feeds it into the high post. Double team coming, moves it out to Peoples. Molly Peoples, dribble drive into the paint, scoop shot with the left hand, rolls in. Molly Peoples rolls it in. That's her first field goal. Montana Tech within 1, 16-15. All the way to the baseline. Wraparound pass in the corner to Weber. Weber for 3, and Weber knocks it down. Jenny Weber with 7 points here on the night. And that's a big-time shot for that young lady. As Weber, 37% on the year from the three-point line. She has 2 already tonight.
Yeah, Coach Willie picked up that the Tech guards like to dribble, and he's really running at them when they're going hard down the floor.
Peoples to Cleverly. Cleverly for 3, no good. Defensive rebound, big hit. Fitzgerald came down with it. Soda Rice came over the top. So Soda will pick up her first personal foul.
And my real interest in this game right now is Tavia Rooney was guarding Fitzgerald and really doing a great job on her. Now she's out. Let's see if Western go. Well, right now they're hitting the 3 so much they don't need to go to her, but her day's coming.
Fitzgerald will inbound, and down the floor comes Sheridan. Sheridan across the timeline, moving left. Pass goes that way to Weber. Weber's pass is tipped. Fitzgerald comes up to get it. Fitzgerald left to Gopher. Gopher for 3. It's up and out. Defensive rebound, Peoples. Bulldogs leading 19-15. First quarter nearly expired. 50 seconds remaining here in the first. Cross-court pass to Cloker. Cloker with a head fake to Molly Peoples. 18 on the shot clock. Hagee moves it left to Cleverly. Cleverly Rifles it down on the block, making her move underneath is Hagee. Hagee tried to force it up with the left hand. She goes down hard, and Brooke Hagee rolled an ankle. As Hagee in pain down on the baseline. 35 seconds remaining here in this opening quarter. And Brooke Hagee holding the left ankle, which is being played with a brace. And she is in pain on the baseline. 35 seconds remaining here in this first quarter. Bulldogs up 19-15.
Yeah, she had to step on the defensive player's foot. That's usually what happens down in that key area.
So right now the big numbers Tech had 5 turnovers. That really tapered off. They had a bunch of turnovers right out of the gates, and they've kept a lot better care of the basketball over the last 3-4 minutes. But 5 turnovers thus far in the first quarter. Western with 2 as of right now. Western shooting 53% from the floor. Montana Tech at 43% from the floor here in the early going. And this is horrible to say, but when I looked up and I saw Dr. Joven in the stands, and I was wondering how long it would take Dr. DeJoven to get up and come down to the floor to look. We're extremely lucky to have this gentleman in our community, let alone part of this Montana Tech community. And he is down kind of overseeing the trainer and seeing how Brooke Hagee is as she's taking some.
She'll get up.
Yep. Strong breaths. She does get up. Not putting any weight on her left foot. 35 seconds remaining here in the opening quarter. So Hagee, with help from the trainer, and Doc will go over to the sideline here.
And she got it good because she's being helped out by 2 people and limping pretty heavily.
Yes, she is.
That's a big loss right now because they've got an inexperienced post player backing up Falatoy, so we'll see what happens here.
That is the case. So after that, Western will have the basketball. Bulldogs leading 19-15. Montana Tech going to come with full court pressure here. 2-2-1 full court pressure as Western will bring her down the floor. Gopher across midcourt. She'll hand it off there as she goes to Sheridan. Sheridan setting up the offense. Fakes right, goes left. Gopher steps inside the arc, hands it off on the edge to Weber. Weber drives into the paint. Scoop shot to the glass. She gets it up and in. And a whistle after the fact. So Weber gets the basket and the foul. Soda Rice is going to be called with a block.
Yep, official right on top of that. She got her. She was inside the circle.
So that will be Soda's second personal foul. Weber gets the basket, and she will shoot 1. She's 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Jetty Weber is the leading scorer on the floor right now. She has 9 points thus far. Tavia will come in. Soda Rice will go out. And again, Weber at the line. Weber's 3 of 4 from the floor thus far, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Her lone attempt here is up and good. So Jenny Weber into double digits with 10 points. And she is the leading scorer on the floor.
You know, one of the things we always discuss is depth off of the bench. So tonight's really a game breaker, could be a game breaker with their post player going down.
Montana Tech down the floor with the ball as Cleverly. She's going to be fouled as she enters the offensive zone. That's only the first whistle against Western here in the first quarter with 10 seconds remaining. Personal foul to Shani Mack. That's her first. And especially with how aggressive they are defensively, to only have 1 foul here, I almost had to double take. The inbound to Falatoy. 7 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. Peoples, top of the key, has a lane. Peoples, a floater to the basket, off the glass and in. Great take. Molly Peoples has 4 points, and that's going to do it for the first quarter. So we have 10 minutes in the books. Western leading 22-17. Frontier Conference action, KDOW Butte, KDBM in Dillon. We'll take a break. Quarter number 2 after this 1-minute timeout. Hey, welcome back here once again as we get ready for the second quarter. The Bulldogs leading 22-17 with 10 minutes in the books. Thanks for joining us here on this Thursday as the team's coming out on the floor. Real fast pace there through the first 10 minutes, brother.
Well, Western really forced the issue with the tempo, and if they're going to play that way, what they found on film was how much Tech's guards dribble, and that's why they had 5 quick turnovers. They dribble right into the trap and threw the ball away. But they've adjusted to that.
Tech will inbound to Peoples. Peoples will back it out to Cleverly. Cleverly running the point. Rooney comes up top to set a screen. Cleverly with the left hand around it. Drives just inside the arc. Pulls up from 17 and gets it. Great looking shot, Allie Cleverly. She has 5 points on the day. Cleverly, 1 of 3 from the floor thus far. One of those, or rather 2 of 3, I should say. One of those from outside the arc. Bulldogs lead by 3. Bounce pass inside to Fitzgerald. Her first touch in the paint. This one gets off the glass and in.
Yeah, she had the mismatch there. Danny Urich is a little shorter and not quite as strong.
Tech will inbound, trailing by 5, 24-19. Diggs looking to get through the pressure as Western continually bringing defensive pressure. Cleverly from downtown moves it left to Peoples. Peoples back up top to Cleverly into the high post to Falatoy. Falatoy, left wing, 3-point shot. Peoples is up and out. Rebound battled for. Fitzgerald has it. She falls on it, and she'll be tied up. Fitzgerald falls on it. Molly Peoples falls on top of her, and the possession arrow will favor the Bulldogs.
Good hustle by Peoples to get on the floor and get to the ball.
So Western with the basketballs. Shaney Mack, Sydney Sheridan into the backcourt. Fitzgerald down to the bottom left corner is Winslow on the floor, and King drifts up into the high post to get the basketball. King turns, moves it left, out to Winslow. Jaden Winslow, the sophomore. King with the right hand, drives into the paint. Strong take by King, and Mesa King will get her second field goal.
Once again, I want to know how many points in the paint they're coming up with because they're getting to it too easy.
90 seconds gone here in the second quarter. Western leading by 7, their biggest lead of the night. Cleverly running the point here, wide left around a high screen, passes right to Peoples. Peoples down to the corner, Rooney. Rooney spins back out to Cleverly. Cleverly feeds it into the high post. Good ball movement to Rooney. Tavia pulls from 10, no good. Defensive rebound, Fitzgerald. So Fitzgerald grabs the rebound, and back the other way they go. Rebound number 3. Now a 3-point shot goes up and goes down as Winslow knocks it down, and Montana Tech will call a timeout.
Great floor recognition, and Tech fell asleep defensively. Somebody didn't find their man.
28-19 our score here with 8:10 left to play in this first half. Give us your take so far as we stand right now, brother.
I think Tech's got to slow down a little bit. They're in too big a hurry, and against the press, you know, all that is a zone being extended full court, and you just have to be patient with it when you're coming down the floor. And they've also then got to get into an offensive rhythm. They don't seem to have a real good rhythm, and without Hagee in there right now, it's going to make a big difference to see how they're going to deal with that.
And that is certainly going to be an issue. If Hagee is out for the remainder of this ball game, you're looking at Falatoy there, and then, boy, you get awfully young behind Falatoy. And the other side of that is Falatoy historically has gotten into foul trouble.
Yes.
So that's something you really have to watch out with Falatoy here for the remainder of this first half and as we get rolling into the second half.
You know, Tech can't worry about any of that. You never can worry about injuries, but what they need to talk about is the penetration that's taken place with Western's offense. They're getting into the paint and to the basket way too easy, and then they had great – and this team wants you to make mistakes, and they are smart. This last basket by Western, she was uncovered down in the key area. You can't let that happen against a good basketball team.
So right now, Weber, the leading scorer for Western, she has 10 points.
Yeah, the only other question I got is Tavia Rooney was guarding Brindley Fitzgerald. She wasn't even touching the ball, and now Brindley's getting active, and Tavia is guarding somebody else.
So a 9-point lead for the Bulldogs. Western 2-1-2 full court pressure as the inbound comes to Cleverly. Cleverly across to Peoples, back here on the near side to Cleverly. Cleverly drives through center circle, moves to her right. Cleverly inside the arc, backs it out to Peoples, knocked out of bounds. That was a good read defensively that time by Shaney Mack. She knocks it away. It goes out of bounds off of Tech, and that will be Western basketball.
I don't know how much Woolley works on passing lanes, but his kids get there.
Boy, it felt like they were in the huddle with that design play, honestly.
It did.
Gopher, bounce pass to King. King standing right on the three-point line with the right hand. Bounce pass to Gopher. Gopher drives, puts the shot up in traffic. She gets it in the foul.
Nice backdoor cut. And I'll tell you what I fell in love with, which I always do, the little simple bounce pass, easy to pick up, jump stop. Let's shoot one.
So Lily Gopher will shoot one.
I am a fanatic on the use of the bounce pass around the key area.
Gopher 47% from the foul line thus far this year. And the Bulldogs up by 11. Their biggest lead of this contest, as they are out to a 9-2 run here. Now make that 10-2 run to get this second quarter underway as Gopher knocks down the free throw. So the Bulldogs leading 31-19. Montana Tech in the backcourt. As up top, they move it around right side to Peoples. Peoples around a screen set by Falatoy. Near side, it comes into the hands of Madison Allen. Allen calling out the offense around a screen, left side of the paint in the corner to Urich. Urich to Allen. Allen feeds it inside. Falatoy turns, gets it off the glass. Nice spin by Falatoy. She had a brief opening, and she makes him pay with two.
Nice look, nice entry pass.
10-point lead for the Bulldogs, 31-21. King right at the top of the arc for the Bulldogs of UM Western. Around a screen with it now is Sheridan. Sheridan back to King. King will pull the trigger on the three, no good. Long rebound controlled by Urich. Urich to Allen. Allen quickly into the offensive zone. Feeds it down floor to Peoples. Peoples out to Tavia. Western showing 2-3 zone. Pass goes out right side. Three-point shot is up and out for Danny Urich.
Halfway down. That rim will fool you every time.
Western. Momberg gets it. Wanted the baseline. Now spins it out to the wing. Sheridan goes left to Gopher. Gopher with the ball fake. She's going to drive the lane. Gopher spins to her left, puts it up off balance, no good. Great defense. Tavia Rooney had a body on her.
That's what she does, plays great defense.
And here come the digs into the offensive side. Allen wide left. Falatoy drops into the block. Rooney gets the ball, comes loose. And Western going to get the steal. Tremendous hustle out of Shani Mack. Mack just got a fingertip on it. Caused Tavia Rooney to lose control of it for a moment, and then she just dove on it.
Yeah, the little things Western does is really annoying if you're the other coach.
Yeah.
And they do. They're really scrappy defensively.
6:13 left to play here in the first half. Western leading 31-21. As looking to bring it in, down on the baseline left side is Allen. Allen comes all the way up top to Peoples. Peoples inside to Rooney. She's tripped up. As Jenny Weber will be called with the trip.
They know where Rooney is all the time.
It was a nice shoulder throw if we're talking Taekwondo.
It's a non-physical sport.
So Tech will inbound one more time. 6:10 left to play here in the first half. Frontier Conference opener for both these programs. As the Frontier Conference opening across the board tonight. Down inside, Falatoy fights her way to the rack and gets the basket.
Great look by Rooney. Nice pass.
Falatoy 4 points all here this quarter. An 8-point lead behind the back. Pass loose. It goes out of bounds. Tech basketball. Jenny Weber claiming that there was a tip. The officials are going to talk about it here. And they will come together and say no tip, so it will be Oredigger basketball.
Going to Tech.
So Allen will look to inbound. Western will come with full court pressure. Cloaker will now switch up and inbound for the digs. Danny Urich and Allen in the backcourt. Now Tavia Rooney comes flashing up to get the basketball. It goes off her fingertip, out of bounds. Western ball. Fitzgerald tracked her, got a body on her, turnover to Western.
Western doing a great job of pressuring the basketball, I'll tell you.
Turnover number 6 here on the night for Montana Tech. Western leading by 8. Controlling Sheridan. Sheridan wide left around a screen. Drives into the paint, stops at the 8-foot mark, kicks it up top to King. Left side, it goes out to the edge to Weber. Weber with the right hand, nice head fake. Backs it out to the edge. Fitzgerald for 3, gets it. Brinley Fitzgerald, 5 points all this quarter. And Western goes up 34-23. Tech will inbound. Cloaker running the point, moves it outside to Allen. Tech actually with two point guards out there right now, and Danny Urich certainly can as well. No look in the corner, Tavia Rooney. Step back, 3 ball is short. Offensive rebound, and we're going to get a whistle underneath, and it's going to be a push call on the rebound. Urich is going to pick it up. So that is her second personal foul, second team foul. And with 5:14 left to play here in the second quarter, substitution. Soda Rice will come in for Tavia Rooney. Western looking to inbound here. And the pass into the hands of Sheridan. Sheridan across midcourt. Sheridan dribbling to her right, back to her left. Western up by 11. Driving down toward the baseline, Mack. Mack kicks it out on the edge, and an offensive call.
Illegal screen.
Okay, illegal screen. Thank you, sir. And that's going to go on Mesa King. So King will pick up her first personal foul, and Montana Tech will get the ball back.
Tech needs to get another guard up here.
So they will adjust as Cloaker looking to bring it in. She does so to Urich. Tech with 4 ladies in the backcourt. Danny Urich picks up her dribble, goes to Falatoy. Falatoy into the offensive zone, driving right side of the paint. She'll take it all the way to the rack. Falatoy, she has 6 points on the night, all in this quarter. And the Bulldogs lead by 9.
Great dive, and I guarantee you Coach Woolley is not happy about that.
Long range three by Jenny Weber. Boy, she has a hot hand. 13 points for Weber. That's her 3rd three-pointer. And Weber right now is 3 of 4 from downtown. Montana Tech, good ball movement. Cloaker, right side, Allen. 4:20 left to play here in the first half. Bulldogs leading by 12. Allen looking on the interior, around a high screen. Allen stops 10-foot mark. Triple team out on the edge. 3-point shot, Danny Urich, no good. Rebound in traffic by Weber. Weber will outlet. Sheridan pushing the pace the other way. And she'll go right to the rim, lost her balance, ran into a defender, and still was able to get it up off the glass and in. Everything going the way of the Bulldogs right now. They lead 39-25 as Tech gets into the offensive zone. Weber to Urich, Urich into Falatoy. Falatoy falling to her left. It rims out. And on the rebound, Soda Rice going to be called with a push. I have Soda for 3.
Yeah, she's got 3, and she came over the top.
So Rice will pick up the personal. Tavia Rooney will come in her stead. So Cloaker, Allen, Urich. Also out is Tavia Rooney and Nia Falatoy. For Western, substitution coming in. Winslow will give King a breather, and King will go over and take a little stroll. Fitzgerald had the opening, moves it to her right. Gopher won't pass on the shot, no good. Tavia Rooney goes up and gets the rebound. Rooney with the rebound. That is rebound number 4 here in the first half for Rooney. Montana Tech basketball. Danny Urich left wing, comes up top. Out to Cloaker. Cloaker steps back, 3-point shot is up and wide right, no good. Fitzgerald rebound, bounces off her face, and she's able to just get it under control back the other way. Bounce pass to Gopher. Gopher 8 feet out, stops, kicks it right wing, now down in the corner. 3-point shot is up, back of the rim, no good. Rooney goes up and hauls down another big rebound. She's just a monster rebounding.
Excellent rebounder.
3 minutes remaining here in the first half. Montana Tech, bottom left, Danny Urich. Urich to Rooney. Rooney, ball fake, steps inside the arc. 16-footer is no good. Fitzgerald with her rebound. That's number 5 for her. Bulldogs leading by 14. Fitzgerald for 3, knocks it down. Brinley Fitzgerald has 8 points, all here in the second quarter. Fitzgerald is 2 of 3 from the 3-point line, and the Bulldogs up by 17.
Yeah, she's one of those players you can't leave sit out there all alone. She'll knock those down on you.
Tech only has 2 players to score this quarter. Falatoy with 3 baskets, Cleverly with 1. And we're going to get a block call underneath. Tavia Rooney, great take that time by Tavia. She gets the basket and the foul, so she'll shoot 1.
Great pass from Falatoy. They've had that high-low about 4 times, and that's the first time they took it. And Tavia Rooney is doing a great job of sealing with her hip, so there's no way they can defend her.
2:22 left to play here in this first half. Bulldogs up by 15, and Tavia Rooney at the line. So Rooney will shoot 1 here for the Digs. Rooney's free throw attempt is up and good. Rooney's 70% from the line so far this year. She has 5 points here in this ball game. Tech trailing by 14 with 2:17 left to play in the first half. Western up top. Bounce pass into the high post to Fitzgerald. All over her is Cummings. And Fitzgerald, right side of the paint, goes up, draws the foul, and that one's going to go on Cummings. So Jaden Cummings will pick up the personal.
That was just physicality right there, and when Fitzgerald puts the dribble to the floor, they need the help on her. She's just too good a player to turn loose.
2:09 left to play here in the first half. Bulldogs leading 42-28. Fitzgerald will shoot her first free throw here of this contest. Right-handed shot, it's up and good. Brinley Fitzgerald with 9 points. Again, all this quarter. And she'll get ready for attempt number 2. A 15-point lead for Western. Western 5-1 of the preseason. And Fitzgerald's second is good. She's into double digits. Jenny Weber also in double digits for Western with 13. And Tech looking to bring it across the timeline. Cummings lobs it down the floor to Rooney. Rooney on the interior to Rademacher. She'll go with a right hand, and Rademacher gets the basket and the foul. Great take, Aubrey Rademacher, and she will shoot one.
They move the ball without the use of the dribble, and they get a bucket, and they go to the line. You've got to quit dribbling against this press. That's what his whole film scheme was about. They're going to dribble right into the trap, or they're going to try and push it up the floor to her. They want to force them into bad passes.
1:59 left to play here in the first half, so Rademacher with a 3-point play as she just checks into the ball game. Western leading 44-31. Dribbling left out with it is Shani Mack. Mack around a screen, stops, passes left to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald moves it right to Mack. Mack has a little lane, lost the handle on it, looking for an outlet, does so in the corner. Momberg for 3, and Momberg rolls it in.
There's nobody on this Western team that's afraid to shoot the 3, I'll tell you that.
No joke. 90 seconds remaining in the first half. Western knocking down the deep ball as of right now. They're 6 of 12 from the 3-point line, shooting 50%. They lead by 16. Oredigger basketball to the right elbow. Pass goes left out into the hands of Jaden Cummings. Cummings cross court. Cloaker spinning to her right. Cloaker attacks. Scoop shot just short. Rebound tipped, controlled by Gopher. Gopher looking for help. She's going to go right down the lane. Feeds it across the left wing. Great pass to Shani Mack, and Mack gets the easy 2.
That was impressive. She looked at the wing player to her right and just fired it to her left. Great pass.
Bounce pass to Cleverly. Cleverly getting across the timeline. 50 seconds remaining in the first half. Cleverly drives into the lane, and we're going to get contact, a whistle, and a foul in the paint. And that's going to go on Cleverly. Allie Cleverly going to be called with the charge. So Cleverly picks up the offensive. And that'll be Western basketball as the Bulldogs leading 49-31. Western shooting 63% from the floor in the first half. Western down the floor out on the left side, driving left side of the paint. Scoop shot to the rim, won't go, as attacking that time was Mack. And down the floor, we're going to get a travel call. That's going to be a turnover back to the Bulldogs. So even on the missed shot, Western bringing pressure on the guards with the basketball and causing the turnover. 34 seconds remaining here in the first half. Western leading 49-31. Mack with it up top, Cleverly on her defensively. Mack, bounce pass. They flash it, move it up top to Momberg. Left side Fitzgerald, outside the arc. Shot clock at 8, game clock at 20 seconds. Gopher spins, fakes the shot, double team, travel call.
Outstanding defense by Rademacher that time for Montana Tech. She just stayed on the floor and held her ground, moved her feet, did it all by the book.
Rademacher then over the top. Tavia Rooney came to help. Those two exceptional athleticism and, boy, just good together on the floor.
You got to make that dribbler pick up the ball. That's when they get in trouble.
18 seconds remaining here in this first half. Orediggers with the basketball. Game clock down to 10. Pass comes up to Cummings into the high post. Rademacher lobs it inside to Rooney. Rooney drifts out to the edge. 4 seconds. Pass taken away Western. Western with the steal. 1 second. And they'll fire at midcourts as Shani Mack put it up from distance. So with 20 minutes gone here in this ball game, the Bulldogs of UM-Western leading 49-31. Frontier Conference action here on KBOW Butte, KDBM and Dillon. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll talk about the first half and more after this 2-minute timeout. Hey, we're back here once again at the campus of Montana Tech. Frontier Conference action. KBOW Butte, KDBM and Dillon, Paul Panisco, John Thatcher. 20 minutes in the books, JT. Give us your John Thatcher take on the first half, brother.
That was an impressive first half by Western's women. They really kept the tempo, and they never took the heat off. Sometimes you'll do up tempo, and then you kind of slow down, get a little break. They did not do that. They got into the passing lanes very well. If not getting a steal, they're disturbing the offensive movement of Montana Tech. So they just had an – I mean, anytime you get 49 points and a half, I don't care if you're men's, women's, or little kids, that's a lot of points. And Tech's got to go in and talk about what they got to do to stop some of this.
Well, let's get you updated on some other scores here. Right now we're at the half. Western leading Montana Tech here in the women's game, 49-31. The other games underway in the Frontier Conference. Carroll College is hosting Northern, 37-13. Carroll up over Northern. That one at the half. The other game at half, Providence and Rocky. That one in Great Falls, and Providence leading Rocky 34-30. That one right around halftime as well.
Yeah, I expected that one to be a close one.
So again, Carroll all over Northern is the other game here tonight. And right now, Montana Tech trailing the Bulldogs 49-31. Let's run through the individual numbers, then we can talk about team numbers. That work for you?
You're driving.
All right, let's do this. We'll start things off for the Bulldogs. As of right now, 8 ladies in the scorebook. They're led by Jenny Weber. Weber has 13 points for the Bulldogs as of right now. She's 4 of 5 from the floor, 2 of 3 from the free throw line. 13 points for Jenny Weber. Also in double digits is Brinley Fitzgerald. She sits with 10 right now, and all of those in the second quarter. She has 2 3-pointers, 1 field goal inside the arc. She's 2 of 2 from the foul line and 3 of 4 from the floor. Lily Gopher right now with 7 points, 3 field goals, 1 of 1 from the foul line. Momberg has 2 field goals, 1 inside the arc, 1 outside the arc, 5 points. Sydney Sheridan, with 4 points. I have to correct my book. I did it wrong. Sheridan has a field goal in both the first and the second quarter. Jaden Winslow has a 3-pointer right now. Mesa King with 4 points, as she has a basket in both the first and the second quarter as well. So 49 points in the books for the Bulldogs after 20 minutes of play. We'll talk team numbers here in a minute. On the other side for Montana Tech, you have 2 ladies with 6. You're looking at Danny Urich with 6 points. She knocked down a pair of 3-pointers. She's 2 of 4 from the floor, 2 of 4 from the 3-point line. Nia Falatoy right now, 6 points. All of those coming in the second quarter. Remember, Brooke Hagee went down with an ankle early on in this contest. Allie Cleverly with 5 points. She has a 3-pointer, a field goal running the lane to the basket as well. She sits with 5. Molly Peoples has 4 points. Tavia Rooney with 5 points. She has 2 field goals. She's 1 of 1 from the foul line. And Aubrey Rademacher has 3 points. Got the basket, the foul, got the free throw to go as well. She sits with 3 points for Montana Tech after 20 minutes of play.
Yeah, well, the balanced scoring that Western has, their bench obviously doing a great job, and they're just getting scoring out of everybody. And anytime you get a team where everybody can put it in the hoop, you've got yourself a problem defensively. They focused on Fitzgerald, on Brinley Fitzgerald early, and really did a nice job of not letting her get into the flow. But then everybody else went to the key area, and that's been the whole thing's been the key area here tonight.
Team numbers here so far in the first half for the Bulldogs. Again, 49 points. They shot 61% from the floor. They were 19 of 31. They were 50% from the 3-point line, as they were 6 of 12 from downtown, and they were only 83% from the free throw line. They were 5 of 6 from the free throw line. Team number otherwise for Western, 4 turnovers in that first half of play. They ended up with 10 total rebounds. They had, what are we looking at here? 0 offensive. All their rebounds are defensive rebounds to this point. They have 10 assists already in the first half for the Bulldogs. So again, Western shooting 61% from the floor. Montana Tech shooting 43% from the floor. They're 13 of 30, 27% from the 3-point line. They're 3 of 11 from downtown, and they are a perfect 2 of 2 from the free throw line thus far. 8 turnovers for Montana Tech here at the half. They had 5 at the end of the first. They added 3 to that total in the second quarter. 12 total rebounds for Tech, 1 offensive rebound, 11 defensive rebounds. And that's kind of how things stand. Otherwise, Western 5 steals, Tech with 2. You're looking at block shots. Western has 2, Montana Tech with 1 block there after the first 20 minutes of play.
Yeah, well, Tech's going to have to go in and scheme because if I'm coaching Western, I'm not going to change anything. The only thing I'm going to do is make sure we come out with up tempo, and you always tell your team, look, we won the first half at 0-0. Let's go out and win the second half, and that's exactly what they got to do. They got to keep up tempo. Tech has to really talk about the key area. Western has really gotten into that paint, and I don't know what you got for points in the paint, but there's quite a few. Tech's got to get rid of the dribble. They got to move the ball with the pass more than trying to get it up forward with the dribble. They've got to change some things that they're doing against the press. I'd put 3 people up front, or I'd put 1 deep and one on the other side of midcourt and see if that make it. But they got to get 3 people up front.
Our old stat program used to give us our points in the paint, and we can't find that number anymore.
There's a bunch of them.
Yeah, there is an awful lot of them. Other than the, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 3-pointers. The rest of them, I believe,
the other
have been in
18
the paint.
points came from the paint. Yeah.
We're at the half. The Bulldogs of Western leading Montana Tech 49-31. Frontier Conference action here on a Thursday. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll talk about the second half. Get you ready to roll after this 2-minute timeout. Hey, welcome back here once again as the Great Western hype for the place. Montana Tech taking on the Bulldogs of Western. Western leading 49-31 as we make our way toward the second half. Let's talk about keys here in this next 20 minutes of basketball, JT. If you're Montana Tech, they're the first out on the floor. What's important to get established early to get this third quarter rolling?
Well, they can't come out flat either, because if they do, they're going to get blown out of the gym. So they need to up-tempo it. They need to be smarter against the press. Even though the press early created 4 or 5 turnovers, it was in the back of their head the entire first half, and Tech is not running their stuff offensively. When they get into a good half-court set, Tech has moved the ball well, and the real key to this is the high-low entry, and they aren't using that quite as efficiently as they should. So they've got to come up. They've got to be aggressive to start off.
On the other side for the Bulldogs of Western, you lead by 18 after the first half. What do you do as a coach talking to them about that in the second half here? Do you talk about how to keep the intensity high? Kind of walk us through that.
Well, you talk about it, but the reality is you got to start it. And you have got to do right what they did from the game, pick up the ball for full court, see if you can trap, see if you can force them into the dribble. You want your team to speed up the game. That's what's been worked for them tonight, and you want to continue that. Because I have coached too many games where we came out, and whether we picked up the intensity or not, we were flat, and it costs you if you don't come out with the same intensity you had in the first half.
You know, I truthfully don't remember a possession for Montana Tech in that first half where they looked like they felt comfortable in the offensive zone. I mean, Western's constant pressure really put them back on their heels and never really allowed them to get their offensive game rolling.
Well, they're really defending the three-point line, and that's leaving Falatoy and Rooney with the availability of using that high post, low post area, looking over the top, or simply they got drives in there. So they're going to have to enter the ball there, I think, a lot more to force this Western team to call a timeout, force some kind of adjustment, and allow their three-point. They're not giving their three-point. They did early. They hit a couple, and then all of a sudden Western took it all away.
So the team's out, getting warmed up here. Let's see if we can grab the other scores for you real quickly. As far as Frontier Conference foes go, at the half, Carroll leading Northern 37-13, and Providence leading Rocky 34-30. In our other games in Frontier Conference action tonight, all the Frontier games will be on Thursday and Saturday this year. 5 and 7 on Thursday, 2 and 4 on Saturday. That's going to be the big change. So remember that all Saturday games, whether they're home or away or wherever, will be 2 o'clock women, 4 o'clock for the men on the Saturday games.
You know, I really like that because when I was coaching, I hated to play a 7:30 game at night, and you're in Billings, and then you don't get out of there till 10 o'clock, and by the time you get home, it's just a long road trip. So that's going to give them a little bit of, especially when the weather turns.
You know, and especially the other side of that really feels like it would hit home as well, as if you're traveling and you're on the road. A lot of the times you're going to be spending the night before at the, wherever you're at, say Billings or Havre or anything anyway. So the idea of waiting all day, that waiting all day Saturday for the game has to be awful hard and get awful monotonous, kind of the week in, week out throughout the season.
I always believe that, Paul, but I've come to find out they're just kids and they adjust. It's pretty amazing.
That's true. Yeah.
Old guys like me and you want to go lay down and watch ESPN or something. So kids, it's they're a lot better with travel, I think, than coaches and trainers and managers. It's just a different mindset. Kids don't think about it when coaches talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
Well, we got to do that. Yeah. Well, so you're going to be the one tired. Go take a nap. Let these kids go.
So we're getting ready for the start of the third quarter. Western leading 49-31 over Montana Tech. They have led since word go. And Western shooting 61% from the floor, 50% from the three-point line. Tech at 43% from the floor, 27% from the three-point line. So, again, for Western, it felt like anything that wasn't scored in the paint were the three-point shots. I'm even trying to remember. I think King maybe had a jumper just inside the arc on the far side of the floor, but it does feel like their points have come from beyond the arc or from maybe 10 feet out and in the paint for Western.
I've always had a saying, key or three. I don't want to see any mid-range jumpers. Key or three. And what they're doing, because of their penetration into the key, it's opening up the outside, and this is one of those nights it's going in the hoop. Doesn't always go in the hoop, but it is tonight.
So for the Digs, Falatoy, Peoples, Allen. Also, you have Danny Urich and Tavia Rooney on the floor. Western will inbound. Shaney Mack will look to bring it in to Sheridan. Also out is Fitzgerald. King, and on the far side of the floor is Lily Gopher. So here comes Western into the offensive zone around a high screen, moving right to left on your radio. Western with it as Mack. We're going to get an illegal screen. Going to go on Fitzgerald.
It was illegal, too.
So Fitzgerald picks up her first personal. And that will go to the Digs. So Montana Tech will inbound. Western, of course, will bring pressure.
I wonder how many of those are called, aren't called that happen, too.
Montana Tech into the offensive side. Tavia Rooney down to Peoples. Peoples ball fake, wants the baseline, backs it out to Rooney right wing. Rooney dribbles into the high post to Peoples. Now up top, Falatoy. Ball fake, floater, Falatoy to the rack. Too much on it. Defensive rebound, Fitzgerald off the tip. Here comes Western in transition. Gopher.
No offense, but Fitzgerald is a beast. I love it.
That she is. Gopher drives into the lane. Backdoor pass is tipped. King had it taken away, and that will be Oredigger basketball. And King looks like she's in pain. As I mentioned earlier, playing with a brace on her left hand. It looked like that may have gotten wrenched there. So Montana Tech with the basketball. Falatoy, they enter into the high post. She'll turn, attack, shot no good. Rebound tipped out to Urich. And she'll be pushed by Shaney Mack.
Well, Texas taking advantage of that high post area, as we talked about it. It's wide open in there. Just give them the ball and let them go. But she's got to get it up and in.
they started the ball game going to Hagee in the high post, and when Hagee went out, they really never went back to it. Now we're seeing Falatoy try and take advantage of it. The inbound underneath, turnaround shot in trouble, won't go for Rooney. Here comes Western in transition, left side, bounce pass across to Mack, and Mack will finish.
That's your true old-time fast break, perfect, just like you draw it on the board.
20-point lead for the Bulldogs, 51-31. Molly Peoples wide left. She'll drive to the baseline, double team to Falatoy. Falatoy pulls up from 6, and Neal with 8 points here on the night.
All night long.
Falatoy leading scorer for the Digs right now as the Bulldogs up 51-33. And Western with the basketball. Gopher down the left side of the paint, stops, kicks it out on the edge. Fitzgerald, three-point shot is up and out. Defensive rebound, Rooney. So Tavia Rooney will haul down the rebound. That is rebound number 6 on the day for her. Oredigger basketball the other way. Danny Urich wide left. Now in the corner. They feed it underneath to Tavia Rooney. Fall away jumper, and it won't go. Fitzgerald rebound. Nice move, just couldn't get it to roll in. Western into the offensive zone. Gopher right at the top of the arc. Baseline cut to the basket. Shot is up and in for Mack off the feed from Gopher.
I think Falatoy's getting a little tired. She watched that go right over the top.
7:40 left to play here in the third quarter. Montana Tech with the basketball. Western with a 20-point lead. Allen into the offensive zone to Falatoy. Falatoy has a lane. Stops at the right side. Kicks it up top to Allen. Allen drives, fakes the pass, attacks. Her shot no good. Runner down the lane, won't fall. Western in transition to Fitzgerald. Cross-court pass, Mack. Driving, comes up top to Gopher. Gopher out to Mack, right wing. Mack in the paint, goes to the left hand. Rooney with the block, but it's going to be called a whistle and a foul. Tavia Rooney will pick up her second personal foul.
Again, penetration is the key to what Western's doing.
So Mack will go to the line here for the Bulldogs. Mack shooting her first free throws here tonight. Mack 92% from the foul line, gets her first.
She was a great one in high school.
Boy. Again, just a sophomore as well. 9 points on the day for Shaney. Western with 2 ladies in double digits. Mack trying to become the third here. Free throws up and good. So she gets them both. 10 points on the day for Mack. And Western up by 22. Oredigger basketball, full court pressure. Allen skips into the offensive zone. Double team ball taken away. Western with the steal. Down the floor, off the steal, Sheridan. Sheridan pulls up from 5, no good. Defensive rebound, and now we're going to get a whistle underneath as Madison Allen came out with it.
That's usually what happens. You blow the bunny, then you make the second mistake of fouling.
So that will be personal foul number 1 on Sheridan. Western really doesn't have anybody in any kind of foul trouble right now. And the Orediggers with the basketball off the foul. Western leading 55-33. Tech into the offensive zone, controlling Allen. Allen bounce pass into the high post to Rooney. Rooney's going to attack. Right hand, nice screen down underneath as Falatoy gave her a lane, and Tavia Rooney will finish.
Steal.
Now a steal. Rooney with her third steal. Coast to coast. T puts it up with the right hand and gets it. Rooney with 9 points. Back-to-back baskets off the steal. Bulldogs up 55-37. Pass to Fitzgerald with the left hand. She'll attack into the paint. Stops, steps through, whistle, and a foul. Falatoy was there. Across from her was Danny Urich. And it looks like Danny's going to be called with a block.
Well, I don't think you could affect Brinley Fitzgerald with physicality if you hit her with a truck. She just is tough. I love that toughness.
That might be the only way to affect her physically.
Maybe.
So Brinley Fitzgerald, the junior, 10 points. All of those in the second quarter will go to the foul line here. She's 2 of 2 from the line. Her first here is up and good. She's 83% from the free throw line on the year. And she'll get the ball for attempt number 2. Bulldogs leading 56-37. Fitzgerald's second is good. 12 points on the day for Fitzgerald.
You think that's a Fitzgerald trait? The whole family's tough.
Yeah.
The dad was. The boys played for the Bobcats. And she went there, but transferred back to Western and has been a phenomenal player.
Well, it's certainly one of those, I mean, joking aside, when you think about how tough they all are, you know that as kids, I mean, all they did was just beat the tar out of each other, whatever they did, whether they were playing basketball or football or even with their G.I. Joe figures, they were not nice to one another.
Exactly.
20-point lead for Western. Montana Tech with a basketball. Allen feeds it to Cloaker. Cloaker into Rooney. Nice feed by Cloaker. Rooney shot no good. Gets her own rebound. Loose on the ground. She does the splits on the floor. Tech basketball. Cloaker jumped from the foul line. No good. Rebound tipped. Controlled Western. Tavia Rooney is not running at full speed. Looks like she tweaked a hip, maybe a knee. Western with the basketball. Entry knocked out of bounds.
She's running out of gas a little bit, too. She's playing so hard.
5:47 remaining here in the third quarter. She'll step out. Soda Rice will come in for her. And Western will inbound in their offensive zone. They're going to try and get the floor cleaned up here if they can get the attention of the kid with the mop.
He's over there having a Bud Light while he's sleeping.
20-point lead. Bulldogs leading 57-37. As Western will inbound. Third quarter action here from the Great Western Hyper. Mack, bounce pass comes into King. King, we're going to get a whistle, and it's going to be a hold call on Cloaker, as trying to break away was Jenny Weber. And Cloaker will pick up the hold. Team foul number 4 on Montana Tech here in the third quarter. So Western will attempt to get it out again. Trying to find somewhere to go. They'll lob it all the way up top to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald looking to her left. Bounce pass to King. Standing on the three-point line. She'll feed it into Fitzgerald. Bobbled it for a moment. Take it away. Madison Allen with a steal. Allen down the floor for the digs the other way. Right wing. Allen comes up top. As pass back out to Allen from Cummings. Three-point shot. Allen. Gosh, I think that's her first shot here tonight.
Well, she got in a little trouble against the presses, and they got pulled. She didn't have a lot of playing time.
So Montana Tech trailing by 17. Western pass goes out of play. Errant pass out of bounds. That will go to the digs. Turnover number 8 on the day for Western. And Montana Tech chipping away at the lead. Western leading 57-40. And the digs, actually Western going to substitute in here. Momberg comes in. Also in is going to be Sheridan. And it looks like Weber is back in after a quick breather. So the digs down the floor. Allie Cleverly across midcourt. 5:08 left to play here in the third. Pass out to Cloaker, right wing. Cloaker around a screen. Steps back. Moves toward the top of the arc. Left side Cummings. Young lady out of Peaburg. Western in their 2-3 zone. Cummings picks up her dribble. In trouble. Comes out. She'll move it there to Cleverly. Cleverly bounce pass in the corner. Shot clock at 8. Cloaker fires the 3. Deep corner, no good. Gopher gets the rebound. And Gopher will outlet, and it's going to go out of play. She was looking to get it to Sydney Sheridan. Too far out in front. Turnover to Montana Tech. So turnover number 9 on the night here for Western. Both teams with 9. And Coach Woolley going to call a timeout. 4:43 left to play here in the third. Tech with some momentum here, trying to gain some ground as they trail by 17, JT.
Tech has picked it up a notch defensively, and they're also taking away the backdoor cut that Western is really famous for, to be quite frank with you.
Yeah.
They've taken that away, and it's forced 2 turnovers down here on the baseline. But they've got to come down and convert. They've got to take advantage of the turnovers.
So a 17-point lead for Western. As I happen to look across at Brooke Hagee on crutches as she comes from the training room back out to the floor. 4:43 left to play here in the third.
That means she's going to miss a couple weeks.
That's the situation. She is in a walking boot on her left foot, so that certainly means Falatoy is going to have a ton of time. Aubrey Rademacher is going to get a lot of playing time here as we continue as well. So a 17-point lead for Western here, shooting 60% from the floor. See if we can get scores on those other games that were at half. As of last report here, Rocky leading Providence 41-40. And Carroll up over Northern 56-20. Both of those really close to the same time frame we are.
That Carroll team is they're special.
Yeah.
They really are. They could win it all.
They sit in the top 5. Both of the Carroll teams actually in the top 5 in the national poll.
As they should be.
And Montana Tech will inbound. Jaden Cummings will bring it into Cleverly. Cleverly running the point. She's been able to handle the pressure a little bit better here.
She really has. She's done a good job tonight. In fact, she might be the best Tech player on the floor.
Pass tipped and taken away. Momberg will get the steal for Western. Now almost taken back by Rademacher. Western down the floor. Fitzgerald wide right. Fitzgerald up top. Gets it back on the wing. She's going to fire the 3. Fitzgerald gets it down. Fitzgerald has 15 points. She didn't have anything in the first 10 minutes, and that certainly has changed here as the game's gone on.
That's called warming up.
Soda Rice, right wing, now to Cleverly. Cleverly out near midcourt, little ball fake, gets separation, offensive. She threw the left elbow up, and they don't like the call, but from our angle, we were right on it. It was a foul.
It was an offensive foul.
So Cleverly picks up her second.
I never liked them either, but there's nothing you can do. I mean, it was an offensive.
It's horrible. Like we're obviously tech people, but that was a foul. 20-point lead for the Bulldogs. The inbound will come into the hands of Sheridan. Sheridan down the floor, Cloaker all over her. One-on-one, Sheridan right side as Brindley Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald up top, Momberg. Now back into the hands of Sheridan. Sheridan drives to Fitzgerald. Three-point shot. She gets another one. Fitzgerald has 18 points. That's her fourth three-pointer here tonight.
Yeah, if she showed up for the first quarter, she'd have 30.
Yeah, that's the case.
I'll have to get on her.
Now a steal in the backcourt. With the steal is Weber. Weber attacks. Weber's shot no good. Rebound, Western basketball. Fitzgerald, bounce pass, whistle and a foul. Soda Rice was underneath the basket with Cummings. And I think Soda's going to get it, and if that's the case, that's her fourth.
It appears to me that Western is in better game shape because they actually got three people down here, and Tech's girls were still standing in the backcourt. So whatever the conditioning is, Western looks good.
Western leading 63-40 as Brindley Fitzgerald will go to the line. Fitzgerald is 4 of 4 from the free throw line here tonight. Gets her first here. 19 points for Fitzgerald. She is just on a tear here. And again, she was held scoreless in the first quarter.
You aren't going to keep her out of double figures. I don't care what quarters.
That puts her at 20. So 20 points for Fitzgerald. She's 5 of 7 from the floor, 4 of 6 from the three-point line, and 5 of 5 from the free throw line as Montana Tech gets into the offensive zone. Danny Urich spins at midcourt and is fouled as a block call.
Coach Willie saying you don't need to reach. They're going where we're trying to force them.
So Sheridan picks up the personal, her second, team foul number 4 on the Bulldogs. We could see some free throws here as this third quarter goes on. One more for Western. Both teams will be shooting. Turnaround jumper on the baseline, Cleverly no good. As getting the offensive rebound, Falatoy return no good. And Gopher with a rebound. Tech has missed some close shots. Fitzgerald backs it out to Gopher. Gopher with a head fake, moving to her left. They run that baseline cutter, well defended. Momberg down on the right side, attacks into the paint. Shot stripped away. Great job that time, Rademacher. Here come the digs, quickly in transition, Cleverly right to the top of the horn. 2:50 left to play here in the third. Western up 65-40. Danny Urich up top, left side, Rademacher down on the baseline. Pull-up jumper from 15 is up and out, no good. Offensive rebound, Cleverly. Tech gets a fresh shot clock, so they'll readjust. Left side, Cloaker. Cloaker, ball fake, ball taken away, Gopher. Gopher gets the steal as she is having trouble in the backcourts, and Western will call a timeout.
Smart coaching.
2:27 left to play here in this third quarter. Western leading 65-40. And it looks like a short timeout, so we'll go ahead and keep it here. 2:27 left to play here in the third, Jay. Actually, they will say it's a full timeout, so with that, we'll take one. Western leading by 25. We're back here to the Hyper after this 1-minute timeout. Hey, we're back here once again after the timeout. Western with the basketball. Far right wing, Jenny Weber. Downtown three, no good. Rebound out of bounds. Tech basketball. So Western leading 65-40. The other games tonight, Rocky leading Providence 47-40, and Carroll over Northern 59-24. Both of those in the fourth quarter. Montana Tech with a basketball here. 2 minutes left to play in the third. Orediggers with it. Pass up top. They move it left side as Alley steps through. Pass underneath. That one's going to go errant through and out of play.
That's got to be a bounce pass.
Intended for Rademacher as she spun through. And it goes out of play. Turnover to Western. So the turnover will go to the Bulldogs. Montana Tech turnover number 14 on the night. And Western into the offensive zone. Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald leading all scorers with 20. Pass down on the left side. Momberg for three. Momberg shot no good. Rademacher gets a big rebound after she was pushed. And here come the Digs in transition. Madison Allen across timeline. Allen towards the top of the horn. 25-point lead for Western. Cross-court pass, right side, Danny Urich. Urich's pass almost taken away. Allen top of the key, down the left side. Pulls up from 10, gets it. Madison Allen has 5 points all this quarter. Down the floor, Western gets behind everybody. Gopher in transition. Caught him sleeping, and Gopher gets the 2. 1:10 left to play here in the third. Montana Tech with the basketball. Western leading 67-42. Western has won the last 3 between these two. Remember, they played 4 times a year ago. Tech won the opener, and Western won the final 3. In the high post, shot no good. Offensive rebound, Falatoy stripped away, Western ball. Gopher and Fitzgerald there. Fitzgerald comes away with it. She'll get it top of the key. She's going to fire the 3, no good. Rebound, Falatoy. Falatoy down the floor, Allen. Allen will bring it across the timeline. Allen drifts left, hands it to Peoples. Peoples stops, fires from downtown. Molly's shot no good. Rebound, Fitzgerald, whistling a foul. Rademacher tried to wrestle it away. And Aubrey will pick up the personal. 30 seconds remaining here in this third quarter.
Well, Western did what was required, and that's come out and continue the up-tempo and to push and to play defense, and they've done just exactly that. This is a good basketball team, very sound.
Western outscoring Montana Tech 18-11 this quarter. And at the foul line, Fitzgerald shooting 2. So Fitzgerald is 6 of 6 from the foul line tonight, gets her first here. 21 points on the night for Fitzgerald. And she will shoot 1 more here. Bulldogs up 68-42. Frontier Conference action here on a Thursday from the Hyper. Second is no good. Her first miss, it feels like, from the floor in a while. 25 seconds remaining here in this third quarter. Madison Allen controlling run of the point. Drifting to her right. Danny Urich coming up trying to help. Around a screen. Allen kicks it out left side. Tavy Aruni through the key. Puts it up at the right hand. Floater from 8, no good. Rebound, Gopher. 10 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Gopher down the floor, switch dribble into the key, jump stop, feeds it across to Momberg. Momberg gets the basket and the foul.
You know, we've been watching Momberg since high school. She just gets it done, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does. So 6 points for Momberg. She'll shoot 1 with 1.4 seconds remaining in the third. And Momberg shooting 1. 1.4 seconds remaining here in the third, and Momberg knocks it down. A 3-point play for her. She has 7 points. I think the baseline official a little confused for a second, thought it was a 2-shot foul, but the basket did count. So a 3-point play for Momberg. The inbound will come in, and that will do it for the third quarter. We have 10 minutes left in the basketball game. Western leading 71-42. Frontier Conference action here from the Hyper. We'll take a break. We'll start the fourth quarter after this 1-minute timeout. Hey, welcome back here once again. 3 quarters in the books, JT. Western up 71-42.
Western has been nothing but impressive here tonight. I love their intensity. I love their upscale basketball. It's one of those nights where the three's going in and they're getting to the hoop. You know, the teams have those nights, and then there's sometimes they can't buy a bucket. But tonight, it's Western.
Western shooting 56% from the floor, 47% from the three-point line. Montana Tech at 36% from the floor and 28% from the three-point line. Tech with 13 turnovers, Western with 9. As Western won that quarter, outscoring Montana Tech 22-11 in that 10-minute span. So the Digs will get the inbound. Madison Allen can run to the point here for the Digs. Allen has Peoples on her right in the high post. Tavia Rooney also in the high post there is Rademacher. And they go down to the corner left side, Danny Urich. Urich up top the Peoples. Ball fake, Danny. Peoples falling to her right, puts up the jumper. Nice looking shot by Molly. She has 6 points here on the night. And a steal underneath Rademacher out to Allen. Allen from 10 knocks it down. Off the steal, Allen with 7 points. Western will inbound. Tech bringing full court pressure. The inbound to King. King will back it out to Gopher. Gopher, double team coming. Just underway here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Winslow. Winslow left corner. 3-point shot by Sheridan goes long. Defensive rebound, actually offensive rebound, back into the hands of Winslow. And Winslow able to turn and knock it down.
Winslow's a nice player. She gets just good looks at the bucket, plays good defense.
Sophomore here for Coach Woolley. Western leading 73-46. Backdoor Peoples. Peoples gets the pass and the points. Molly Peoples with 8 points here on the night. Full court pressure, almost a turnover. Winslow is assaulted. Molly Peoples laughing about it after the fact. So Molly will pick up the personal. That's her second in my book. And Western will inbound. Shani Mack will check into the ball game. She will inbound here for Western. Bulldogs up 73-48. The inbound knocked out of bounds by Allen. 8:48 left to play here in this ball game.
That's my first steal in 50 years.
I mean, quick hands, JT, quick hands.
Yeah.
King will get the inbound here for Western, looking for help, gets it off to Mack. Mack into the lane, kicks it out to Gopher, ball fake, Gopher through the double team, attack, shot partially tipped. Tavia Rooney will get the block, and here come the Digs the other way. In transition, baseline, Danny Urich right to the rim, draws the foul.
Yeah, Western's starting, good thing they got a nice lead because they're starting to make some mistakes. Tech got a couple steals. Nice job down here by Tavia Rooney.
And at the foul line, Danny Urich shooting 2 here for the Digs. So Urich at the line, shooting a pair here for Montana Tech. She'll get the ball for attempt number 1. Danny, 89% from the foul line on the year, and that's been her MO her entire career here at Tech. Just an exceptional free throw shooter.
She's been a great player here.
Yeah, she just does everything to a really high level. Coming out of that belt program that has just been so successful through the years. Danny goes 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 8 points for her. Did you notice how I sucked up the coach up in belt? We'll see if he's
Coach
listening.
Graham.
Yeah, we'll see if Graham's listening or not. We'll see if we get a text or not. Western will inbound to Fitzgerald. Moves it across to Mack. Mack down the floor, trying to get through the timeline. And Rademacher, I'm telling you, Aubrey has played fantastic defense when she has been on the floor tonight.
She has played well.
8:25 remaining here in this ball game. Western leading 73-50. And Tech trying to make some waves here in the fourth. The inbound to Momberg. Momberg moves it across to Fitzgerald, and a 10-second violation. Turnover to Tech. So a 10-second violation will go back to the Digs. Western's 11th turnover here of the night. Montana Tech will inbound right in front of their bench.
Yeah, Western's getting caught up in using the dribble now and getting in trouble.
Allen left side, Urich. Urich feeds it into the high post. Nice down underneath. Tavia Rooney shot blocked. Fitzgerald with the block. Here comes Western the other way. Trying to get it across the timeline. They do to Momberg. Momberg, right wing, puts on the brakes. She'll back it out. Now they move it left side, Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald, 21 points here tonight. Stops in the high post, backdoor cut. Well defended, tipped out of bounds, Western ball. Tech really flying all over the floor right now.
They are. They picked it up a notch. Their intensity level is excellent right now.
7:53 left to play here in this ball game. Western will inbound. Out on that left wing, controlling is Sheridan. Sheridan up near midcourt, shot clock at 5. Sheridan moves right to King, shot clock at 2. King leaves it for Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald, she got it off at the buzzer, and the rebound battled for, and that is going to go against Western.
Yep, Mack coming over the top.
So Mack will pick up her third, and Montana Tech will get the ball. So the Bulldogs leading 73-50. Montana Tech will inbound. They'll clean up the floor here for a moment. That'll give us a second to look at the other scores here. Other scores in the Frontier Conference with 2 minutes left to play. Rocky leading Providence 69-53. Providence led that at the half. And Rocky is uncorked, and Carroll over Northern 74-36 with 3 minutes left to play. So back here to the Hyper. Montana Tech with a basketball. Peoples, a baseline floater, is up just short. Rebound taken away. Tavia Rooney. Rooney to the rack, gets it. She gets the steal and the points again. What is that, steal number 5 for Tavia tonight?
It's got to be. I'm watching Coach Woolley. He is not happy, as he should not be.
7:18 left to play here in the ball game. Western leading 73-52. We have a timeout, so we'll take one. We're back here to the Hyper after this 1 minute timeout. .718 left in the ball game. Montana Tech on a 10-2 run to get this fourth quarter underway. But the Bulldogs still out in front by 19 here.
Yeah, the pressure by Tech has been outstanding with the, full court pressure. They're getting in the passing lanes, and Western's panicking, throwing passes away.
So on the floor for the Digs right now, you're looking at Tavia Rooney, Danny Urich, Molly Peoples, Madison Allen, and also out is Aubrey Rademacher. I like the duo of Rademacher and Tavia Rooney in the paint here in this ball game. The inbound to Fitzgerald, full court pressure. Tipped, and a whistle and a foul. Is Madison Allen going to be called with a personal?
Just got there a step late. She anticipated well.
Team foul number 2 on Tech here in the fourth. So Western will inbound here. 7:15 remaining in the ball game. Tech's intensity is really ratcheted up hard, and well, let's see here. We're going to get a whistle, and it's going to be a turnover. Did she step out of bounds?
No, she ran with the ball.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so a turnover will go to Tech. 7:15 left to play here in this ball game. So the turnover will go to the Digs. Turnover number 14 for Western. And the inbound knocked out of play by a hustling Sydney Sheridan for Western. So Tech will try again in their offensive zone. Again, Tech on a 10-2 run here to get this fourth quarter underway, causing turnovers. Allen will spread them out. Trying to find somewhere to go, and we're going to get a push call underneath. It's a little physical down there right now. And the personal going to go on Mesa King, her third. Substitution here for Western. Momberg will go out, and back in is going to be Jenny Weber. She had the extremely hot hand in the first half, and even the first quarter, she had 10 points in the first quarter. Bulldogs leading 73-52. Allen lobs it all the way up top. Montana Tech with it. Danny Urich, right side. Tavia Rooney lost control of it for a moment. Now Western will get the steal. Fitzgerald hands it off to Weber. Back to Fitzgerald. 7 minutes left. The pass going to be errant, out of play. Turnover to Tech. So the pass down the floor goes out of play. Turnover to Montana Tech.
Tech is really playing hard and hustling. They're all over the court right now.
Into the offensive zone, Madison Allen, far left wing, picks up her dribble, comes up top to Urich into the high post. Underneath to Tavia Rooney. Turns left. Rooney's shot no good, but she does draw the foul. Fitzgerald got a piece of her. So Tavia Rooney to the line. She went up with the left hand, just too much on it. So T will go to the stripe here for the Digs.
That high-low has been there all night long.
Yeah.
When they exploit it, they get things done.
Rooney, 70% free throw shooter. Her first here is up and out, no good. So Rooney will get ready for one more here. She's 1 of 2 from the free throw line tonight. She'll get the ball for attempt number 2. 6:48 left to play here in the ball game. Tavia's second is good. 12 points on the night for Tavia Rooney. And Western back the other way. King leaves it for Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald left wing. Pass comes up top as it goes there to Sheridan. Sheridan looking right. Goes that way to Mack. Mack bounce pass to King. King turns, standing on the foul line. Looking to her right the whole way. Shot clock down to 10. King out to the wing. Mack now up to Weber. Ball fake. Shot clock at 6. Weber wants the 3. Comes up short. Defensive rebound. Madison Allen. Western with 2 points this fourth quarter. 4 minutes in. Allen left side. 3-point shot. Urich knocks it down. Danny Urich has 11. And Montana Tech on a run here. 14-2 over Western in this fourth quarter, but Western still leads 73-56. Western switch dribble up top, attacks Sheridan, no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds, Tech ball. Everything is falling Tech's way here in the fourth quarter.
That happens when you have to play this hard, and they have played hard.
5:55 left to play in the ball game. Peoples will go out, Tavia Rooney goes out. Cloaker comes in, and Soda Rice comes in for the Digs. Montana Tech will inbound, Cloaker in the backcourt. Drops it. Danny Urich. Urich switches to her left into the offensive zone. Trap coming. Fires it into the high post to Rice. Rice out to Cloaker. Cloaker to the right elbow. Back to Soda Rice. Rice top of the key. Moving right with it is Danny Urich. Urich comes up top to Allen. Shot clock down to 8. Montana Tech trailing 73-56. Entry underneath. Now a late whistle and a foul as Fitzgerald came over the top of Rademacher. Fitzgerald picks up her third, and that will put Tech at the foul line.
I'll tell you what, I'm impressed with Aubrey Rademacher tonight. She is really working down on the block, and her foot movement's been outstanding. That's where I'm kind of focused on right now.
Yeah, she has been really strong here tonight. Let's see what her minute total is. Don't want to guess. Looks as though they have her credit for 6 minutes thus far. And her first free throw is up and in. She's 2 of 2 from the line. She has 4 points on the night. And she will shoot one more here for the Digs. Western leading 73-57. And we're going to get a lane violation. And Rademacher will get one more time. So everything falling Tech's way here in the fourth quarter.
Well, they're in Western's head right now. Western is playing out of control versus all the pressure that's coming at them.
Tech has outscored Western 15-2. Check that, 16-2 here in this fourth quarter as Rademacher goes 2 of 2 from the foul line. Western full court, down the floor into the offensive zone. Winslow. Winslow backs it out left side, comes up top around the arc to Mack. Mack cross court, and Rademacher got a piece of her on the wing. So Rademacher will pick up the personal, team foul number 3 on the Digs. 5:17 left to play here in the ball game as Western leading 73-58. Western will inbound. Winslow. Winslow toward the top of the horn, hands it off there to Sheridan. Sheridan around the weave, right side, 3-point shot. Weber no good. Offensive rebound, Sheridan loose on the ground. King picks it up. Now whistle, jump ball. Possession arrow will favor the Bulldogs. So still, we're at the midway point of the fourth quarter. Montana Tech outscoring Western 16-2. And Western leads 73-58.
Well, those threes that were going in the first half aren't going in this half.
No, not at all. Western right now shooting 50% from the floor, 38% from the three-point line. Western with the ball in their offensive zone. Only one field goal here this quarter. Attacking Sheridan, left hand, no good. Rebound, long rebound picked up Western. Fresh shot clock, they'll readjust. King slips into the high post. She'll come up and get the basketball. King turns, bodies up, looking right. Out there is Weber. She'll get it. Weber, great step back shot, blocked Danny Urich, and then she's fouled. Great play by Danny Urich.
Guards love to block shots. Have I ever told you that?
Yes. Especially in reference to your sons. It's amazing how that works.
Yeah, he and I talk about that all the time.
4:35 left to play here in the ball game. Well, I'll tell you, Tech is on a terror here in the fourth quarter. They had such a deep hole to dig out of there in the third. And they are just on a run here in the fourth, outscoring Western 16-2 this quarter.
Well, Tech's intensity level has been outstanding, and I actually think they've got Western worn down a little bit.
Yep. Danny Urich at the line knocks down the first. That first half, Western's intensity level was at this pace.
Same thing, and they were pressing, and Tech wasn't.
Danny's second, is up and good. So Danny Urich with 13 points. Montana Tech trims the lead to 13, 73-60. They've outscored Western 18-2 this quarter. As Gopher, good ball movement down to King. King gets the basket of the foul. Mesa King, they get rid of the dribble. They get through the press with the pass. King gets her 6th point, and she'll go to the line.
Amazing how well this game's played without the dribble. I've always said they got to take air out of the ball so it can't bounce.
Yeah. So King at the line. And Mesa King will go to the stripe here for Western. King at the foul line. She has yet to shoot a free throw, and her one lone attempt here is up and good. 7 points for Mesa King, and Montana Tech will inbound. Cummings into the ball game. Trap coming. Pass is tipped and taken away. Western's Weber dives on it, and she is called with the travel. So she's called with the travel. Turnover will go to Montana Tech. 4:21 left to play.
Yes, that was the incorrect call.
Didn't look like she had possession of it.
She didn't. She fell down on top of the ball.
Tech with the basketball into the offensive zone. Putting on the brakes with it cleverly. Cleverly feeds it in. Tavia Rooney now out to Rice, out to Tavia. 3-point shot. Rooney gets it down. Tavia Rooney, she has 15 points here tonight. And the Bulldogs leading 76-63. Montana Tech outscoring Western 18-5 this quarter. Western up top with it. Bounce pass goes out on the left wing. Spinning out on the edge is Mack. Mack cross-court pass to Weber. Ball fake, travel call. Weber took the drop step, and the travel call will go to Montana Tech. Turnover number 16 for Western.
I was wondering how long he was going to let Fitzgerald sit. You just can't keep a player like that on the pine.
3:48 left to play here in the ball game. Western leading 76-63. And Montana Tech will inbound. The Digs outscoring Western 21-5 this quarter. And they trail by 14. Tavia Rooney backs it out. Cloaker across midcourt. Cloaker moves left. She goes out there. Jump shot, left elbow is up and out for Cleverly. Defensive rebound, Western. Fitzgerald to Gopher. Gopher across midcourt, pass far right side. As controlling is Sheridan. Sheridan out near midcourt will set up the offense. 3:25 remaining in the ball game. Sheridan bounce pass to King at the right elbow. King turns, bodies up, moves it out right side to Sheridan around a screen. Double team coming. Sheridan to King. King for three, short. Long rebound in the corner. King saves it, but she does step out of bounds. It will go to the Digs.
Yeah, not the person you want shooting a three in this situation.
So Montana Tech will inbound. They trail 76-63 with 3 minutes left to play. Tech has outscored Western 21-5 this third quarter. Tech into the offensive zone. Pass up top, around the edge. Cloaker steps left. Back up top, Danny Urich. Western in 2-3 zone. Left elbow, they feed it inside. Back out, 3-point shot is up and long. And on the rebound, boy, bodies go down hard. Rademacher and Gopher went down. And Gopher, her head went off the ground hard. 2:48 left to play here in the ball game. As Gopher down on the floor. Boy, she hit hard. She and Rademacher fell on top of one another.
Yeah, she hit hard, and Rademacher was another impact coming down on her.
2:48 remaining here in this ball game. Extremely physical.
Concussion protocol, that's what's going to happen here.
Yeah, big time. And Gopher called with the foul on top of it. 2:48 remaining here in this ball game. Western leading 76-63. Our other scores, let me check those here real quickly. As Gopher able to get up. Boy, she hit hard.
She did hit hard. Tech has brought in a smaller lineup, and they have been just nothing but outstanding as far as aggression.
So let's see if I can track down these other scores here. It looks like they have gone to final here. We'll get those for you as we continue here. So it is a final. Carroll beat Northern 82-40, and Rocky beat Providence 71-56. So Aubrey Rademacher at the line here for the Digs. Again, Gopher went down hard and was called with a personal, so Rademacher will shoot 2. She is 3 of 3 from the free throw line. Western leading 76-63. Rademacher's first here is up and good. Montana Tech also doing damage from the foul line here in the fourth quarter. As a team, they are 8 of 9 from the free throw line in this quarter alone. The lead is 12. Rademacher's second is up and good. Rademacher goes 2 of 2. The lead is 11. Full court pressure. Inbound. Rademacher tips it. She gets it out. Montana Tech basketball. Tech with the basketball. Left down in the corner. Cloker for 3. Cloker's 3 ball goes long. Rebound tipped. Western gets it. 2:35 remaining. Western leads by 11. Into the offensive side comes King. Montana Tech outscoring Western 23-5 this fourth quarter. Momberg down the right side of the paint, puts on the brakes at the right elbow. Baseline cutter, Fitzgerald lost it for a minute, gets possession and gets points.
Yeah, you aren't going to block her shot. You've got to defend that backdoor cut. Nice play.
Fitzgerald has 23 points, her first points here in the fourth quarter. Montana Tech with the basketball. Cleverly hands it off. They move it left to Cloker. Tech 3 wide, comes up top, Danny Urich. Urich with a ball fake, drives into the lane, has it, put it up with the left hand, no good. King with a huge rebound for the Bulldogs. King went up big. Here comes Fitzgerald the other way. She'll stop at the arc, left wing, comes up top. Cross court, goes out to Sheridan. Sheridan. Bounce pass out to Momberg. Momberg with the left hand, drives into the lane. Pass goes out of play, tipped. Western basketball. They claim Cleverly got a piece of it, and she's stunned by that accusation. 1:41 left to play in the ball game. Western leading 78-56. Or excuse me, 78-65, excuse me. Fitzgerald with it. Tech outscoring Western 23-7 here in the fourth quarter. Momberg wants the baseline into the double team, now a triple team. Momberg trying to get rid of it. Loose ball tied up, and that will be Tech basketball.
Tech has played outstanding this quarter, just outstanding.
Boy, the intensity has just been through the roof on the Tech side this time. And as you mentioned earlier, Western looks tired right now. Well,
they've been picking up full court the whole game, and then Tech reversed it and did the same thing. And you can only run so hard for so long.
13-point lead for Western. Montana Tech with the basketball. Tavia Rooney attacks, puts the shot up too high, and Western comes out with it. Good defense by Fitzgerald. Momberg into the offensive zone. She'll attack to the rim. Shot blocked, Tavia Rooney. Now we're going to get a whistle and a foul over the top. So T will pick up the personal. And Tavia, I have her for 3. And that will put Momberg at the line. So Momberg will go to the stripe and shoot a pair here for the Bulldogs. See if we can take a look at her numbers here on the year. Momberg has not shot a free throw this year. That strikes me as odd.
She's not working hard enough. Then we have to have a chat with Coach Woolley. He's not using her right.
Momberg's first is up and good.
She now leads the nation in free throw percentage.
She has not missed all year. So Momberg will get the ball for her second. Western leading 79-65. Momberg gets the second through. 9 points on the night for her. Again, Montana Tech outscoring Western 23-8 this quarter. As back into the ball game for the Digs is Falatoy. Wide left controlling is Cleverly. Cleverly with the right hand up top, Danny Urich. 55 seconds remaining. Urich to Tavia. Tavia left side, Cleverly for 3. Cleverly bounces out, no good. Fitzgerald goes up and gets the rebound. Fitzgerald with the rebound. I have her for 10. And Western with the basketball, leading by 15. Western hands it off. Sheridan. Sheridan with the left hand down the left side of the paint. Backdoor cut. And a kick call will give a fresh shot clock to Western, and they'll keep it in their offensive zone.
Yeah, just too little, too late for Tech. They played outstanding in this fourth quarter. You can't play any better than that.
34 seconds remaining in the ball game. Western will inbound down to the baseline. Western leading 80-65. Sheridan comes all the way up top of the horn. Moves to her left. She goes there to Mack. Mack attacks, shot blocked. And stepping out of bounds will be a turnover to Western.
Yeah, I think she was out of bounds and jumped in, and your feet have to be on the floor for you to possess that.
25 seconds remaining in the ball game. So Western was up big early. Tech came storming back in the fourth quarter. And Western will get the win here as they'll burn out this shot clock. There's about a 5-second differential between the end of the shot clock and the end of the game. Fitzgerald up top, Tavia Rooney on her. Fitzgerald drives, pass goes wide left. Three-point shot is up and in, down to the corner as Shani Mack knocks it in. Mack with 13 points, Tech the other way. Cleverly goes baseline, 1 second. And that will be a turnover as she steps out of bounds. So with 0.2 of a second remaining, Western will inbound, and this one will go into the record books. So Western will look to inbound. They do so, and that's going to do it. Our final, Western will get the win, 83-65 over Montana Tech. Frontier Conference action, KBOW Butte, KDBM in Dillon. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll come back. We'll wrap up game one of our doubleheader here on the Big 550 and KDBM. We're back after this 2-minute timeout.